This is the Mobile Marketing Minute with your hosts, Rob Woodbridge and Greg Hickman.
This is the Mobile Marketing Minute or so, or 10. My name is Rob Woodbridge from Untether.tv.
And I'm Greg Hickman with MobileMix.com.
All right, Greg, one of the big things that you have focused a lot of effort on is this whole concept of SMS marketing. It is important. It is not dying. But the things around measurement, tools that people use in order to be able to measure the effectiveness or actually push out SMS messaging, what, in your experience, have you been using?
Yeah, so I've used a lot of different platforms in my day and even built one a while back. And, I'm approaching this conversation from more enterprise level or like agency that's working with bigger brands. Kind of the top ones that I would use would fall into really one of three. One is Waterfall Mobile. The second is Archer, which used to be iLoop. And the last is Vibes Media. Those are kind of, in my opinion, the top three enterprise level players. If I had to add a fourth, it would be, they just rebranded to Outspoken. They focus a lot on MMS. That's kind of their go-to. They're really the industry leader in MMS. It used to be called MoGreet. A fantastic team there. Just went through an acquisition, and they're continuing to scale that. At Cabela's, when I was there, I chose to use Waterfall. Actually, there is one. I've never used it, but it's gotten a lot better over the day. ExactTarget now has a pretty amazing platform, from what I've heard. That's more robust now than it was before. So if you're already using ExactTarget, that might be like a easy transition. But I used Waterfall Mobile mainly because of the team and the capabilities that the platform had. They I think take segmentation to the next level. We were able to tag users based on length of time in a program. Engagement, if they responded with an email address, or if they responded with a zip code or replied in anything, we could then tag them appropriately. Like we could tag them to, hey, this is their primary store, this is their zip code, they're interested in this, and then we were able to send messages based on interests, location, all of these different things. And it was just a really simple platform to use and understand. So I really liked that one, and from there, that allows you to plan and schedule, collect all these numbers, schedule the messages, collect the numbers. And we kind of alluded to it in last episode, or the analytics episode. What do you track? And, tracking the opt-in rate, opt-out rate, the churn essentially. And then when you have links, what's the click-through? What's the engagement to that? What's the redemption of mobile coupons or codes that you might be using? Those are the key things that we were looking for when it came to SMS.
So what goes into the choice, the decision on the platform? Is it feature-based? Is it outcome-based? Is it technology? You pick a mail, for example, you pick a MailChimp versus somebody else because of features, ease of use, and then also what their spam rating is, right? How many times it gets blocked inside. So
no, that's a great question.
Is there anything that you can offer that can help them make a decision between these?
At this level, it was not all, but very heavily driven on the API. They have this great fancy dashboard. Like, it was very intuitive. Our team and anyone that is even new to SMS can learn this tool very easily, which was important because I was building a team and we were managing the messaging. And then actually it became something that our partnering agency managed. SMS is just one piece of the mobile puzzle. And what we're trying to accomplish is that multi-channel experience where, we're able to understand that, Rob, was on the website, is on our SMS program, and he got the email, but then he got the text message, and the text message what drove him to the store. So sort of that complete customer profile is really, really important. And, all of those systems were somewhere else, like the customer databases, the data warehouse, those are all other places. And we had the long-term vision of having all of this integrated, going into this data warehouse. And in order for it to talk back and forth, you need a really robust API. Waterfall had been around a long time. Their API was very, very defined. I know when I was looking at Exact Target, I'm sure this is completely different now. So sorry, Exact Target. Their API was like very minimal, and required a lot of like you would need a developer to like really manipulate the API, whereas like every single feature set that Waterfall offered was available via an API. So like anything you wanted to do, like you were able to do through the API, which made it really easy to connect to these other systems, which for us, the long vision, us being Cabela's, the long vision was, connectivity to all of these platforms. So that was what drove the choice mainly.
But that's a good.
Rates are important.
Rates are very important. Yeah, SMS rates. You mean? Yes, absolutely.
Yes, SMS rates.
Outgoing SMS,
Yes.
because nothing will curtail your plans than a huge SMS bill, right? Especially when you bring it in. But what about conversion rates? So was there a metric that, there's a standard metric where you have email open rates and click-through rates and the conversion rates for banner ads, which is a terrible use. But was there a standard that you wanted to achieve? Was there a number that you felt that you could achieve, or that the industry average was for effectiveness on SMS campaigns?
Well, I mean, one thing we strove to like never have anything higher than a 2% opt-out rate.
Right.
That was a main one, which while I was there, I don't think we really ever were over like 1.5. But then, then it kind of depends on the offer, and that segmentation. Like if you're sending a very camping specific offer to your entire database, you would have to expect that conversion is going to be a lot lower than if you sent the camping offer to only your camping interested segment. While I was there, we had launched the program, so it was like very much in beta. We launched a beta in 8 or 10 stores for like 4 to 5 months before it was ever even rolled out to. And I left before it got rolled out, so I'm not sure how many stores it's in right now. But yeah, like 8 to 10 store pilot. And you're asking for the conversion rate.
Yeah,
the conversion rate was different every time. What I would expect is like one thing we were looking for was conversion into the SMS program, based on the other channels we were promoting to. So like from that perspective, we were looking at, based on audience size with a decent offer, we were expecting about 10 to 15% conversion. With like an amazing, you can't get this anywhere else offer, like we were kind of looking for like 20 to 25% conversion. So like if you had an email list, 20 to 25% of that would opt in if like you had this like mouth drooling, you could not get rid of it or not like go without it offer. But having that offer is really, really complicated. So, anywhere from like, I'd say like 10 to 15 would be pretty average.
That's good. It's good. It's just a baseline for people to understand what a good metric is to understand. Metrics, you gotta know this, is that you've got to have a goal in mind. And I like the way that you put that, is that our goal was to get people to flow through to SMS through these other campaigns. So we needed a conversion rate. The focus is important, as per usual. Thanks, Greg.
Thank you.
Don't forget to come back next week for our next episode.